Okay, now that kind of was irritating. So I have 9 minutes of where I can record a video on here. That's good to know because that means I have to talk faster and not ramble as much. Not stare at the fact that my eyes are ooh, stop it. Zillers, knock the fuck off. So, after working for Kevin, let's get this back in this spot here. After working for Kevin, I decided, it's like, well, I enjoy what I did at the restaurant, so I should try to find something. The place still wasn't open. It's well over a year since we closed. And then I went to a place called the Algoma Burger Company that we had at the time. And I was like, hey, I'm kind of looking for a job in the dish pit. At the time I was saying, oh, I'm looking for a job as a dishwasher. You know, and I had heard that, you know, one of the people I knew from work at Southern Comfort worked there. So I thought, well, that's perfect because then I can get the job. You know, in this town, it's all about who knows who and who knows what and who can do what. It's like I've always been a good dishwasher. So I was like, yeah, I'm going there. So I went there, asked for a job. I recognized two of the people that worked there. And then one person was like, well, really looking for wait staff. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I promised myself I would never do wait staff. There were two things I promised myself. Never do wait staff ever again, and never work with a certain individual ever again. Very next day, though, I got a call. Be like, hey, Villers, we need you to come in. Our dishwasher's sick, and we're fucking getting hammered. We need someone in the pit. So I was like, yeah, sure, man. Like, give me a couple seconds, and I'll be right there, and I'll fucking help out. No problem. This was like a Friday, too, so, like, I knew, like, Fridays are, like, busy. Well, then, that whole thing, you know, I eventually ended up leaving there, because the person I said I'd never work with again got a job there, and I literally had to say, I was like, sorry, I can't work here anymore. There are other reasons I'm not going to get into because they're pointless at this point. Give it like a couple, you know, weeks really later after I left. Southern Comfort opened up again, and it felt really good. I did the same thing I've always done. I worked the pit. I learned the pit. I run the pit. And I run it. Very fucking well. So that started a good part for my 2017 year. And I worked my ass off. We got to 2018. And I moved up to prep cook, and I made prep cook, and shortly after I made prep cook, life kind of took a shit. The owner of the restaurant, her name was Denise Stoller, she passed away in April of 2018, and it was rough. Because for us, we've always treated ourselves like a family. We still try to. It's hard sometimes when you're coworkers, but you're able to find the balance, and you do anything for your coworkers. And the people that may not be coworkers with you anymore, but they're still your friends. As much as they may have disdain for the place you work at, you're still friends. No matter what at the end of the fucking day. Unless there was a major fallout, then you're no longer friends. But if there wasn't, no problem. Well, then I worked as a prep cook. And there was some hard shit I had to go through, both online and in the real world. And 2018 didn't exactly end too great either. I was continuing to have problems. I was still a prep cook. I still did my job. I still did everything I needed to do. And I excelled at it. I just did it. Then, started 2019. This past year. Shit really hit the fan for us. Not like no one passed away, but we had people leave all at once. That left 4 pounds from front and back to cover a whole week's worth. And well, eventually got to the point where I went from